All right, traders, we just had a massive day within Trader Society. As a whole, as a collective, as a team, we ended up making over $500,000. I got to give a big shout out to Jim C. He made nearly six figures. I got to give a big shout out to Walnut Man within the chat. He made like 50K. I got to give a big shout out, man, to all the members within Trader Society, man. It was a phenomenal trading day. I ended up swing trading puts from yesterday, and I took a smaller position. I only put in $10,000 to make up for that lack of size. What I ended up doing was I went with closer expirations. Closer expirations are going to be more risky, but they're going to generate bigger percentage returns where you can put in less money to make a bigger return percentage wise, right? I'm going to explain to you on why I decided to swing trade puts, how I was able to sell my swing trade towards the lows when SPY was in the 417. I'm also going to explain to you on why I told people the best level for calls today was $417.50, which was the exact low. We had a member, Tracy, make over $4,000 just off that one message that I sent out. I'm also going to be preparing you to trade the best prices heading into next week. Let's get straight into the analysis, man. This was a phenomenal day, man. The team as a whole crushed it. So in terms of my swing trade, as you guys know, in terms of swing trading, I take my swing trades right before the market closes. So right before the market closed yesterday, I ended up swing trading SPY puts when it was at $419.40. I took the puts on the swing. With that being said, I did get squeezed initially. You know, we did have a gap up, but I did not sell my puts. So I'm going to explain to you on why that is. The price was right. We've been targeting two levels for puts. If you've been watching the videos throughout a couple weeks back, I told you our best two levels are 415.50, which was right here, and 415.50 worked for day trading. If you day traded the puts at 415.50, which is what we did, you ended up banking. And then my second level, which was the best level, this one worked out the best. There was a gap to fill at 419.99, 420, and as you can see, if this key gap fill level right here reacts as a resistance level, the SPY can have a massive drop. This dropped from $420 all the way down to $405. So in terms of my swing trade, I told people within the chat, you know, this is high risk and it's lacking confirmation. It's considered a gamble in a sense. The price was right, and I liked the first initial reaction. The only thing I disliked about the swing trade, which is why I took a small position, and again, if I'm going to take a small position on something, it's likely going to be on something more riskier that can generate a bigger percentage return, so I'll go with a closer expiration in that case. If I'm super confident, then I'll probably size in heavier on something less volatile, more further dated expiration. The strike prices are literally always the same in terms of the strikes that I choose typically. But anyways, in terms of the SPY, it lacked bearish confirmation. You know, this filled the gap at 419.99 basically, but on the daily chart, there was no bearish confirmation. So it's no surprise to me that this gapped up, but I continue to hold my puts because the price was right. That is why I decided to hold my puts. My max pain on those puts on that short was going to be right here at $422. The way I looked at this is SPY is either going to get crushed at $420 and $422. So I might as well try it while it's at the best price just in case it crashes early because I'm short biased on the overall move for the gap close reversal, which basically means when SPY fills one of these gaps, it's going to start to have a reversal and it's going to start to pull back and crash, right? Also, the market loves to sell off on Fridays, and the bears have been getting destroyed these past 2 days from 410 all the way to 421 almost. So it just made sense to attempt swing trading puts again. But the plan was, if we go to 422 and it rejects, to add to puts. I wasn't willing to add at any other price than 422, and the max pain was slightly above 422. So we never hit my entry to add, so I just sat on my position. You know, it's either going to try to break out to 422 and then crash, or it's just going to crash at 420. So I began to hold my position. Then at that gap level, remember the 420 gap, where the massive bull trap got created. You know, this is where the massive bull trap got created at 420, literally the best level to short for the puts right here, the 420 gap, major resistance at 420, right? Look at this. It did not crash until the 30-minute chart went red. Do you see that, man? Do you see how that works out? You know, people are going to say, oh, it's because of the speech. It's because of the news. Bro, look at the chart. Trade the chart. Tune out all the noise. Trade the chart. It tested 420s 3 times and failed to break out. It's sitting on thin air with a gap to fill below. There's a 30-minute bearish red. As soon as it forms that 30-minute bearish red, it goes super bearish. And I want you to save this pattern because this is a very bearish pattern. If you see SPY just sitting at the highs, struggling, failing to break out, and you see this red bearish trend reversal pin, that's confirmation hit puts on the opening of the 30-minute. Now, I was sized in light. I only put in 10K into the position, but I made a 50% profit return. I literally sold it at the lows. When we went to 417.50, I cut my puts, I got out. Why did I sell there? Because there's previous resistance right here. And what do I tell you? When SPY breaks above previous resistance, it's going to try to react to support initially. It's going to try to go bullish. Your previous resistance right here, see this, this is your key. 417.21. You see this 417.21 and this 417.50 and this 417.80. This is your previous resistance. See how once it broke above the resistance, a major bear trap was triggered. So since it had such a strong breakout, if it instantly falls back down to that previous resistance initially, it's going to try to bounce and react to support, which is why I sold my swing trade when this dipped into the low 417, literally towards the lows, for a 50% profit return on a 6-day expiration, a 50% profit return, or a $5,000 gain on the day. I also had a $1,000 profit on calls. Then from there, people were asking me now in terms of some of the mistakes that I ended up making today. I was very low key on the day trading side. I was focused more on my swing trade. I didn't do too much day trading. I had one scalp in the morning where I ended up day trading the call option, even though I was overall bearish on the day. I saw a bullish confirmation to buy calls at the low of day retest. I got in at 420.30 and then I sold towards the high of day at 420.50. But anyways, I was overall short biased on the day, but this was the main play that I gave out within the chat from there, man, because I was very low key, I was very quiet, and I was focused on my swing trade. I didn't like the price action overall in terms of day trading. One of the day trades that I should have took, though, was this, man. If we're at the best price possible and it forms a bearish 30-minute red, just take puts, man. Take puts on the opening of this 30-minute candle. It's at a great price. I hesitated, man. If you guys were watching on stream, I kept hesitating, man. And I kept on saying, man, I'm getting ready to do puts. I'm going to do puts, but I just didn't do the puts. But I had my swing, and I made my 5K profit on swing, and I sold that swing perfectly, literally towards the lows. Then from there, I told people, you know, it's just going to chop. It's not going to crash. It's going to chop. It's not going to do anything. And I was very low key. I didn't say much. Then when the chart gave me something to play with, this is what I told them. So check this out. This is the trade idea that I gave people within the chat. So what did I tell you about previous resistance? It's going to try to bounce at previous resistance. Where is the previous resistance? It's at 417.90 and 417.20, in between this little range. The major bear trap was created right around this 417.20 level right here with this big moving gap up to the upside, right? So what I told people was, you know, we're going to see how it reacts. So it reacted very bullish at previous resistance as expected. We had people hitting calls there, and it had a big move to the upside. It went from $417.50 to $419. And I also told them this. Remember the double red pattern? Remember that pattern that I talked about in yesterday's video? When it forms two red bearish 30 minutes in a row, what does it do on the third time? It reverses two bearish 30 minutes in a row. What does it do on the third time? It reverses two bearish 30 minutes in a row. What does it do? It reverses on the opening of the third 30-minute candle after it crashes for an hour straight. Look at that. That worked flawless today. Two red bearish 30-minute candlesticks. It did pull back, but it reversed and pushed higher than the closing of this 30-minute candle. And then same thing right here. Two bearish red 30-minute candlesticks, and then boom, major reversal, man. So that was a phenomenal pattern. I brought awareness to that. And then this is what I told the chat. This was the play. Tracy made a $4,000 profit on this play in minutes. In minutes, man. I'm telling you, the chat was on fire today. We had so many people crushing it within the chat room. So this was the main day trade that I gave out. You know, when we were at 420 and 419.90s, I told people I'm leaning bearish. I want to do puts, but I hesitated. But I had my swing trade puts and I banked on those. But this was the day trade that I gave out, and it was perfect. It was 100% spot on. So, like I told you guys, SPY is going to try to bounce on the initial reaction at the previous resistance. You have some previous resistance at 417.90, and then you have some previous resistance at 417.20, right? That's where your previous resistance is. That's where the bear trap is going to create it. That's where it's going to try to bounce, right? Since it had a massive breakout, if it's going to drop right back down, it's going to try to form support. So when we saw this go from 417.40 all the way back to the previous closing price at 419. Major reversal, major bounce, as expected, as should at that initial test and reaction. We had people playing that, right? What I told people was, when we retest back to 417.50, you're going to want to buy calls. Buy call options at 417.50. Look at this, man. It retested, and it was the exact bottom. I gave them the best entry possible today to buy call options. The only trade I recommended for calls today was to buy at 417.50. Before that, I was holding my swing trade puts, and I was very tempted to do day trade puts, but I just hesitated. I didn't pull the trigger, and then it just crashed too quickly. So I just, focused on the swing trade. But look at this, man. The exact bottom, 417.50. As soon as it hit my key level, it spiked $1 within minutes, man. Tracy made $4,000 profit on that. Big shout out, man. Big shout out to those in the chat who played it. I literally called it. I called it perfectly within the chat, man. The analysis was so spot on as always, man. But I told my team, man, 417.5 is the best level to buy calls. You could see right here my alert at 1:55 p.m. Everything is documented within this Discord, man. All this stuff that I'm saying, people are like, show the receipts. You should show us. It's all in the Discord, man. Everything is in the Discord, is in the community. Everything that I'm telling you is actually happening in real time within Trader Society. We also do this on live streams as well. But that was the play, man. I gave them the best play I could have possibly given them today for calls, and it was the exact bottom. As soon as it hit my key level, it reversed instantly. You got to get in, and you got to get in quick. When SPY hits its best price, it's not going to be at that best price for very long. That's what any stock or anything, right? If it's at the best price possible, it's not just going to sit at the best price. Momentum's going to come in. It's going to start ripping, or it's going to start crashing. A big move's going to occur. So you got to be quick. You got to set those price alerts, and you got to be on the ball. But if I see that previous resistance is reacting as support and a major bear trap was created, that's bullish. So if it's just going to drop right back down to that bear trap support level of 417.50, I'm a buyer. That's the game, man. So I put you guys onto that. Now, let me discuss to you, because we didn't end it there. I ended up swing trading puts. Will, at what price did you swing trade SPY put options again? For the third day in a row. I made $5,000 today swing trading, $3,000 yesterday swing trading. The swing trade I had before that last week was a $40,000 profit. And I just entered my fourth. This is now going to be my fourth swing trade within the past 2 weeks. I normally don't swing this much, but the market's been at such great levels where I can't resist. If it's at the best price and we're at the top of the channel, I'm going to be interested in swing trading, man. And it's crazy because the confirmations weren't even bearish, and it's still been working so phenomenal. The levels, man, it's all in those fucking levels. But you got to use confirmations, man. Like I said, I've been taking more lighter size. That swing trade that I took that I made a $40,000 profit on, there's strong bearish confirmation. If there's no confirmation and the level's right, I'm either not going to take it, or I'm going to take a gamble and size in light on some closer expirations, and that light size will make up for the lack of money in it with a bigger percentage win. But anyways, I ended up swing trading puts literally at the top, man. Literally at the exact top. I told people in advance, I'm going to wait for the market to close to swing trade puts. I'm going to explain to you on why I decided to do that, man. But it was truly incredible in terms of this entry. Let me show you guys, man. It's just so cool how you can type all this stuff within the Discord. So it's all documented, man. Everything I'm saying, it's all documented within the Discord. You can literally watch these videos, join the Discord, type it in. You'll be like, oh, wow, he's right. He did alert that. Right here at 3:58 p.m., 2 minutes before the bell, I entered my swing trade, 419 puts. And I told people, I'm going to bank on this. Look at this, man. As soon as I got in right here. That was loaded at 58. As soon as I got in, I hit puts at 418.95. That's when I hit those puts. It dropped all the way down to 418.60. And now it's sitting at $418. I'm up a bag right now, man. Those puts absolutely banked. Look at this. The same guy, check this out, man. This is so fucking awesome, man. I love to see the consistent success within a select group of members within Trader Society, man. Let me show you this guy, man. France, he's absolutely fucking killing it on TD Ameritrade. Look at this, man. He ended up taking that swing trade. He's already up 20%, $3,000 profit within 2 minutes. The dude made 6 times the cost of Trader Society within 2 minutes. Jim is up 6 figures today. Dimitri, one of the best traders in Trader Society, millionaire. He's up $5,000 today. These guys are doing this like clockwork. It's only a one-time fee. It's only a lifetime access, man. I'm telling you, this is the dude who made $60,000 yesterday on Nvidia puts. Mo ended up alerting that he was swing trading Nvidia puts. You could see right here, man. Everything is documented. Everything is timestamped. He ended up swing trading Nvidia puts 5 minutes before the close. We always get in right before the close. And one of the traders within the chat took that swing trade, and the same guy, he ended up making a $1,700 profit %. $62,000 game, man. Big shout out to him. But the Trader of the Week award goes to Walnut Man. We have a lot of people who are under anonymous names, and that's by choice. Some people don't want to be well known by their name, when it comes to wealth and money and stuff like that. The beauty of day trading is it's time freedom, it's location freedom, and you could be low key. You don't have to flex. You don't have to show a lifestyle to be successful. You just have to be a good trader, right? You don't have to show your face or anything like that. So we have a lot of members who are, they don't show their face or they don't show their name, and that's completely fine. You don't have to. It's a day trading career. You're behind a screen. That's the beauty of it, right? It's one of the best careers to be involved in if you can, learn how to be successful and consistent within it. But they're absolutely crushing it, man. Walnut Man, I want to give a big shout out to him because this guy, he joined right off the bat. He started going super heavy and he was losing money. You can't just join a program and start going in heavy and expect to get results. It doesn't work like that, man. This takes time. This takes patience. You have to learn. You can't blindly follow. He wasn't doing the things that he should be doing. He just joined right off the bat and just went straight into it, blindly, like a lot of people do. And he was losing money. And he had a big loss. Ever since he had that big loss, this is how people change. They change through pain, man. If you want to learn how to change, man, it's through pain and suffering, man. That's how people end up changing. I'm telling you, back in 2020, I've lost everything. I didn't think it was possible. I was on top of the world. I didn't think it would be possible where I could lose everything because I had this skill set. I was very consistent with it and it always worked. But I did some things that I shouldn't have done. I went against my strategy. I surrounded myself with the wrong people, and I ended up losing everything in the span of one single month by surrounding myself with the wrong people, by doing the wrong things, by going against my strategy, by going all in, by gambling, no risk management, just throwing away everything it is that I've learned and worked for within the span of a month. And after going through that, it took me 1.5 years to recover. Once I recovered from that, that's when the competence kicks in. And that's when you can realize you can really lose everything no matter how good you are if you just slip away from the wrong path. But it gives you the mindset and the competence to be disciplined enough to do exactly what you're going to do. Because once you work hard for something and you build it up and you lose your empire very, very quickly, you are going to make sure as you're rebuilding it, through all that pain and suffering again, that it's never going to happen again, man. And he's at that stage. I've seen him, man. He's one of the people where it clicked and he changed so quickly after losing a lot of money. He's on the ball. He's absolutely crushing it. He made $50K within the past 2 days. His alerts are insane. I'm looking at his messages. I'm looking at his trade ideas. I'm looking at his analysis, and he's using certain indicators as well. And he did a full 180, man. And it happened so fucking quickly. And the same thing happened for me. And I'm telling you, it comes from losing a lot of money. That's one of the things. Also, if you surround yourself with the right network, with the right community, and you start opening up your third eye, you're going to start to see on how quickly and how fast things can turn around in terms of your view in how you can read the market. But I'm going to leave it off at that, man. My puts are up very, very nicely. I'm getting ready to celebrate the weekend. With that being said, another reason why I decided to swing trade puts is we filled the gap at 420, which is the best price possible to swing trade puts, right? One of the best. And you can see right here, man, just massive crash, major resistance, right? And this is the first red candle we got on the daily chart. So we shall see, my friends, we shall see. This is the first bearish, daily candlestick. So there is some confirmation. You can see right here, you have basically the same candlestick. And what did it do? It did spike a little bit higher, but it crashed and it went lower. It did form a new low. And right now your lows are at 417.30. So if this pattern repeats itself, it's going to go under 417.30, and then they're going to try to bounce it at 416.70. 416.70 is where they're going to try to bounce it, and then it's going to try to reverse, right? But what this is telling me that it's going to be bearish, and then they're going to try to have a reversal at 416.70 or 415.50. They're going to try to have a reversal and spike it back. So I'll sell the dip. But it could spike. It could spike a little bit. So if it spikes a little bit and we reject, I'm going to add more to my puts. In terms of where I would add to my puts, I would be looking at $419.20 in $419.80. Another way you can measure that move is you can see how high it spiked last time based off the patterns. This is another way on how I measure moves, right? So if this has a little spike, I'm not going to be concerned because the pattern says it could have a little spike. So I'm right here, 414.20, it had a spike to 415, so an 80-cent spike. So if this spikes on Monday, I'm going to be adding right here to previous support that was never really tested. So right around this 419.70. Yeah, right around this, see this support. This is where a major bull trap was created once it cracked the support. 419.80 is where you add. I'll add at 419.80. It could drop at 419.20. But like I said, man, the swing's already up very, very nicely. I would not be willing to add at 419.20. I would only be willing to add at 419.80. I'm already in at basically the high of day. I hit puts at 418.97. With that being said, man, this has been a great week, man. Like I said, man, for someone who likes to focus on puts, and I do calls as well, but I'm really known for more puts. But like I said, man, the ideas on calls have been brilliant. I told people calls at 415.50, it was literally the lows. I told people calls at 417.50, literally the lows. If you've been using that breakout strategy where SPY has a massive breakout and then you just see where the previous resistance is and you buy the dip right here. SPY had a massive, where was the massive breakout triggered? This is your resistance at 417.20, massive breakout. So if it's going to drop right back down to 417s, I'm looking to buy calls. That's why I told people 417.50 was the entry for calls because previous resistance. But look, man, we got to celebrate. We got to enjoy the weekend, man. We worked hard for it. I would also encourage you guys, especially we've had a lot of new people join the program. Please take some time to get yourself familiar with the video lesson library within Trader Society. It's right here located in the members portal. You can log into your account there to get access to the full course and full video lesson library. Get yourself familiar with that. Ask questions within the chat. You can DM not just me, the moderators. The moderators have a color code. They either have green or purple on their color name, right? So, just start investing some time into your education. And then the YouTube channel, of course, the content that I post, I try not to hold back, man. I try to give you guys as much value as I can. So again, the YouTube videos are going to help you tremendously along with your studying. Being in the chat, in the community, just seeing it go down in real time, that's going to help you out the most, man, in terms of understanding the price action and the trades. But use some time to study the video lesson library. A lot of people join the program and they skip it. Like, guys, please use some time for your weekend to study the video lesson library, right? And enjoy yourself as well. And, if you're not getting results or if you're not where you want to be, you need to be working harder and you need to be studying, man. Don't celebrate as hard, man. But if you're at a place where you're getting results and you like the path that you're on, use some time to study, but also use some time to celebrate, man. I'm telling you, I had to suffer many years of suffering. But just imagine being on top of the world and having everything you want and it coming to you so quickly after working so hard for it. It just comes to you so quickly, like once it just clicks, and then just taken away from you, stripped away from you. I've been through that, and it took nearly 2 years to recover from that. But it was needed. It was 100% needed to get to the next level, man. Best thing that can really happen is you lose everything, and then you learn, like, wow, this can be lost, and then you start thinking differently. You have the right mindset, right? In my experience, that's how I was able to get the right mindset, by losing everything. And then you start to adopt, oh man, like this is a completely different mindset. Like, no matter how good you are, it can all be taken away from you. So with that being said, man, if you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it is going to be the first link down below within the description. It is a one-time fee. It is lifetime access. Now's the time to join, man. You can start studying right now, instant access over the weekend. I will be in the chat answering questions. You can study the video lesson library. You get access to live trading, all my real-time trade alerts, all the moderators, real-time trade alerts, the swing trade alerts, the day trade alerts. We're going to be swing trading more often. We're looking to do on average 1 swing trade a week, sometimes 2 swing trades a week. I'm going to start going hard in swing trading, man. I'm loving the market that we're in for the swing trade environment as well. But like I said, man, I mainly day trade. I'll take 1 or 2 swing trades a week at the most, typically average 1, but I'm looking to scale that to 2. And with that being said, if you want to join us, it is the first link down below in the description. The next video will be posted on Sunday. Make sure you guys enjoy your weekend.